And welcome out to Phoenix, Arizona, on the campus of Grand Canyon University for Day 3 of the GCU Round Robin at GCU Softball Stadium. Fletcher Like alongside Alex Larson for Game 1 of a doubleheader for GCU here in the final day of the Round Robin. Cloud coverage today compared to the sunshine 80-degree yesterday. And GCU's hoping that the cloud coverage does not dampen their offensive numbers like the sun did yesterday.
Yeah, it's been sort of a maybe disappointment if you're a Lope as far as offensive production. 5-1 win against Maine to start it off, 2-1 win against Creighton, and then a 4-0 blanking versus Maine last night. They just weren't able to get anybody across as they stranded a couple times. The bases loaded with no outs. Hopefully this cloud cover is going to change up the fortunes on offense as well.
And Ann Pearson's changing up the fortunes hopefully on offense by changing up the lineup. And you'll see GCU throw some different people into the lineup and move some people around in the lineup as well. The top four of the lineup stays pretty similar for GCU, as Nikki Gonzalez, Lorianne Olson, Shea Smith, and Laney Gomez are the first four batters. But then the bottom five is a little bit different. Sierra Smith, then Megan Stevens, then Haley Freeman. Camry Wortman is moved from the 5 spot to the 8 spot, and then Taylor Kay in the 9 hole. The visitors for today's first game is the Creighton Blue Jays out of the Big East Conference, and their lineup stays pretty similar to what it was yesterday, with Tosh Caulfield leading things off and playing shortstop, Ashley Cantu in right field hitting the 2 spot, Anna O'Gorman at first base hitting third, Allie Reinhardt in center field cleaning things up. Then Sam Dellinger, who's a designated player but will start in the circle, is hitting 5th. Then Jordan Sturgeon behind the plate, Jen Darrow at 3rd, Sam Crowley in left, and Ajane McCoy at 2nd base. In the circle for GCU is Brianna Aguilar-Bocage. Bocage comes in with a 3.2 ERA and a 5-1 record, picking up the loss in yesterday's 4-0 loss to Maine. The first pitch is in there for a ball that was check swung and fouled off, so it's strike number 1. First pitch is right on the dot at noon.
Caulfield, 1 for 2 and 4 at-bats. Should say 3 at-bats last time they faced with a run scored. Just a speedy leadoff batter.
She falls behind here early, 0-2. Caulfield led things off yesterday with a double against GCU and scored the first run of the game. That was the only run that Creighton was able to scratch across against GCU. She looks at a pitch low in the zone for ball number 1.
Well, she's been reliable as that leadoff. Of course, you go down and look at the Creighton lineup. Not a lot of high batting averages, but Caulfield atop there with 286, 12 hits and 42 at-bats.
1-2, fouled backwards. Defensively for the Lopes today, Nikki Gonzalez behind the plate. Megan Stevens is at first. Camry Wortman at shortstop. The Smiths twins are at 3rd and short. Sierra at 3rd and Shea at shortstop. And then in the outfield, no changes for GCU. Kay in left, Laney Gomez in center, and Lorianne Olson in right. Ground ball right back at Bocage. She will throw it over to first base, and it's going to be out number 1 here for GCU.
Tell you what, you saw the speed though there by Caulfield. Really a chopping ball, routine play that got to the glove of Bocage pretty quickly, but Caulfield only 2 or 3 steps behind there on that bang play.
Brings up Ashley Cantu, the right fielder, hitting 167 on the season. She's a freshman in her 9th start and appearance for the Blue Jays. First pitch she sees is going to clip the outer part of the plate for strike number 1.
Cantu's a freshman, started 8 games, all 8 games she's played in, only batting 167, only 4 hits in the 2017 campaign thus far.
Change-up, chopped forward, fair ball. Nobody's at first base for GCU, and Cantu's going to get on base with a single.
That's poor communication there. I think that stems from Megan Stevens. That ball wasn't hit hard enough to charge. She did so anyway, but I think if you're the catcher, Nikki Gonzalez, you got to call her off and tell her to cover first. Camry Wortman didn't even have time to get to first from second.
Tough play there for GCU. Either way, brings up Anna O'Gorman. She'll slap the first pitch foul down the first baseline. O'Gorman has 9 hits on the season. She's hitting .225. She went 0 for 2 in the opener yesterday. 2 strikeouts and a walk. She then got doubled up on a pop-up in shallow center field that Camry Wortman was able to chase down. Ball in the dirt gets away from Gonzalez, and that's going to put Cantu at second base.
No, not the start you'd like to see from GCU. And Aguilar Bocage on the mound as a pitch in the dirt is going to allow the runner to advance to second, and now someone in scoring position here for the Blue Jays.
Mariah Valencia pitched a gem yesterday against Creighton, throwing a full 7 innings, getting the complete game, only allowing 2 hits, 1 earned run. Gave up 3 walks, striking out 5, lowering her ERA to 2.75 or 2.72. The 2-1 from Bocage is outside, making the count 3-1.
3 pitches in a row off the plate and outside. Kind of really a tweener. Could be called a strike in the strike zone, but not favoring the outer part of the plate.
Michael Parker's behind the plate. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to get through, and it's going to score a run for Creighton. The throw home is not in time, and that's going to score Cantu from second base on a single there by Anna O'Gorman.
Well, really the only play available for the center fielder, Lainey Gomez, but I think I would have liked to see that ball cut off because it didn't have the arm necessarily to get to Gonzalez behind the plate in order to get that tag there. So if it was cut off, maybe Bocage could have gotten it and thrown it down to Gonzalez herself, but tough play either way, and a nice single.
Brings up Allie Reinhardt, who had the lone RBI of the opener against GCU, doubling to score Tosh Caulfield. Ended up going 1 for 3 on the afternoon.
7 RBIs for Reinhardt.
Half swing there. Makes the count 0-2 here to the center fielder for Blue Jays. 0-2 count, 1 out runner at first for GCU and the Blue Jays. Check swing, she didn't go. Makes count 1-2. Good throwaway pitch there from Bocage.
And again, I think tempting Reinhardt to swing. Maybe some cutting motion at the end of that pitch towards the outside, but good job holding up.
Check swing again. She didn't go. The appeal again. First base umpire Joe Coates saying she did not go. Makes count 2-2 here to Reinhardt. Foul ball. Stays 2-2 here for Reinhardt. Hitting 182 on the season. She's a senior. Only 8 hits, but 7 RBIs. You can't complain. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Creighton strikes out a lot. 12 for Caulfield, 11 for Dellinger, and 13 for Darrow. Full count.
Sorry about that, Fletcher. All 3 balls on the outer part of the plate. And again, I mean, so close, right in between. And that pitch, I thought, was going to ring her up, but not quite.
The payoff pitch from Bocage is tapped foul.
Again on the outside, and Reinhardt just takes it with the ball. Weak foul ball to the first baseman.
Bocage throwing the ball over the outer part of the plate consistently. See if she has again the payoff pitch. Comes inside and upstairs, but it's fouled off towards the third baseline.
It's a nice at-bat by Reinhardt, staying alive. fell in the count right away, 0-2. Worked it back to full and now has fouled off a couple.
The 3-2 from Bocage, ground ball left side, double play opportunity. Got one and got two. Double play there. Taylor made there. 6-4-3 double play gets Bocage out of the inning. Only one run crosses the plate.
Fans, just a reminder,
on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Blue Jays. We head to the bottom of the first. GCU trailing 1-0 here on GCU TV. Check out companies on campus this weekend in the Student Union. Network with different companies, learn about jobs and internships, and maybe even land the job. This week you can learn about Child Care Careers, West Indian Ministries, UPS, and the Children's Museum of Phoenix. For more information, contact Career Services at gcu.edu or follow them on Facebook for more future opportunities at facebook.com/GCU Career Services. So Bocage gets out of a little bit of a jam there with only 1 out and a runner on first after a run crosses with the Taylor-made 6-4-3 double play that GCU is able to turn through Shea Smith and Camry Wortman. And GCU is trailing 1-0 heading to the bottom of the first against Creighton for the second day in a row.
Yeah, well, Reinhardt really stood in there, forced 8 pitches, I believe, and finally Bocage was able to get her to hit into that double play, but really a double play that you don't see too often, as the ball wasn't necessarily a laser off the bat. It was kind of just your simple ground ball, but Reinhardt did not have the speed to leg it out, and a good transfer and a good throw.
See ground balls, whether that's a slow roller or a hard-driven ball to the shortstop or second base in baseball, really easily turned. In softball, a lot harder with the shorter bases and the ball not traveling as fast off the bat the way that the bats and the base softballs are created.
Leading off of the Lopes.
But either way, Smith and Wortman have it down, and they were able to turn the double play there. Nikki Gonzalez, Lorianne Olson, and Shea Smith up for GCU here in the bottom of the first inning.
Gonzalez starting all games she's played in, 369, 24 hits on 65 at-bats, 8 doubles, 16 RBIs. So that's just the start of this monster offensive lineup for the Lopes. A reason why they're 18-2.
Defensively for the Blue Jays, in the circle designated player is Dellinger. Behind the plate, flashing the signs is Sturgeon. At first, O'Gorman. At second, McCoy. Darrow's at third, Caulfield at short. Across the outfield, Crowley, Reinhardt, and Cantu from left to right. Nikki Gonzalez has a 1-1 count here from Dellinger. Laced down the third baseline, just foul.
Good swing there by Gonzalez. I don't even think that would have been extra bases, though. She hit it so hard. The carom off the wall probably would have held her up at first.
Dellinger came in to throw 2 2/3 innings pitched against GCU on Saturday morning / afternoon. They start at 11:50, 10 minutes before the scheduled start time. The 1-2 pitch gets away from Sturgeon behind the dish. Came in and held GCU to 0 runs. GCU only scoring 2 runs coming in the 4th inning against Michael Hilton, the starter for Creighton, before she got pulled. Then Dellinger came in and pitched pretty well. The 2-2 is lifted out of play.
Well, that foul ball probably the closest to us that we've seen so far in a softball game. We talked about the foul balls from the first game in this stadium, about how we assumed at one point we'd get a foul ball to us in the broadcaster's booth, but hasn't even come close to fruition.
Ground ball left side right at Darrow. Unable to hold on to it the first time, but makes a good strong throw over to first base for out number 1.
I'll tell you what, Gonzalez could not have hit that ball any harder, I don't think, and that's the reason why she was still able to be put out at first. Because, I mean, a missed play over there at the hot corner, but still able to have the wherewithal to collect it and make the throw over there, and a pretty fluid play.
Brings up Lorianne Olson, who's hitting .365. Olsen's a freshman with 19 total hits and 4 RBIs. 4 walks, only 3 strikeouts. Good walk to strikeout ratio here for the number 2 batter for GCU in her freshman season.
Yeah, Lulu patient at the plate. She likes to work the count, obviously. Not tempted to swing at the junk and the decoys, and as a result, she enjoys success at the plate.
Dellinger delivers and delivers a strike. So it's 2-1 with 1 out of the inning here for GCU, looking for some offense. Only scored 2 runs on the day yesterday. Both runs coming against Creighton, getting shut out for the second time all season by Maine in the second game of the day. Lifted over the right fielder's head. It's going to be extra bases for Lorianne Olsen. She's going to be held up at second base with a 1-out double.
I was just about to say that. That is the first extra base hit on the season for Lorianne Olsen. No doubles, no triples, and no home runs. That one cranked over the right fielder's head, and the one-hopper off the wall maybe helped her get to second.
Cantu is playing a little shallow out there in right field, knowing that Lorianne Olsen doesn't necessarily have the power to get the ball over the head of the outfielder, but that's exactly what she did, pulling that ball down the right field line. So there's a runner on second here for Shea Smith, who has 10 RBIs and is looking to make it 11 here after she sees a first pitch strike from Dellinger. The 0-1 bunt shown, and it's going to be a called strike here from the home plate umpire, Michael Parker. Joe Coates at first, and Matt Jacks is down there at third base. Those are the umpires in Cobalt here today.
Just as an observation, you look down the Grand Canyon batting average lineup compared to Creighton's, and the numbers are just staggering. I mean, every single batter for GCU here seems to crush the ball every time she gets to the plate, and their batting averages are well higher than average.
The 0-2 to Smith is upstairs for ball number 1. 4th pitch of the at-bat. GCU as a team seeing 329. Pretty good numbers for the team here from GCU. Ground ball left side. Diving play by the shortstop Caulfield, but has no play at first base. It's going to go down as an infield single.
Incredibly athletic play to get down to her knees and make that
the center fielder, number 11,
forehand.
Lady Gomez.
Also had to deal with the runner coming from second, who I think jumped over her or went behind her. Either way, just a little bit of distraction in the peripherals, but wasn't able to get the throw up because of the awkward position she fielded it from her knees. Good job just to knock it down, though, and keep it in the infield.
Shea Smith with speed was able to beat it out. Shea Smith's taken off from first base on the pitch. It's fouled off, so she'll have to go back. Lainey Gomez in the batter's box now for GCU, hitting .356, 21 hits, 2 doubles, 8 RBIs. Can make it 9 here with a ball in play. Line drive right at the middle, off the knee of Dellinger. She's limping as she comes up, and it's a single for Lainey Gomez, and RBI to tie the ball game.
Beautiful swing by Lainey Gomez. Just a shot up the middle, right off the ankles of the pitcher.
Batting 5th, the third baseman, number 3, Sierra
Gomez
Smith.
is going to feel sorry for that one, though. She gets an RBI for herself and gets on board first and second, 1 out.
Dellinger motioning to the head coach. She's all right, but she took a beating there off the right foot on that line drive up the middle by Lainey Gomez. Gomez needed that one, so did GCU. First run of the day for GCU, and hoping to make it bunches of more here. GCU needing runs in the opener against Creighton, and will definitely need runs against Maine winning the American East last year, beating GCU last night 4-0, and expected to win the American East yet again, the #1 unanimous pick to win the conference. First pitch to the new batter is Sierra Smith. It's a strike. She's a sophomore hitting .338, 22 total hits, a double, a triple, and a home run, and 11 RBIs. Ball is low in the zone for ball number 1.
Well, to put into perspective, the team batting average, NCAA Division I.
Lifted to right. Cantu has a play on it. Shea Smith will tag and get to third base. Gets past the third baseman, but nobody, the backup is not in time to throw out Lainey Gomez at second base. So everybody moves up on the sacrifice fly by Sierra Smith.
That ball hit high enough and deep enough to advance the runners from first and second to second and third.
Number 33,
2 outs now, though, but still a chance for Stevens to make something happen, as she has been batting very well as of late.
Megan Stevens hitting 2 go-ahead home runs last weekend, one against San Jose State, and then the other coming against Rhode Island. She lifts one to center field. It's shallow enough that McCoy will get underneath it and record the out. So 1 run scratches across for GCU on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on base for GCU, but it's a tie ball game heading to the second here on GCU TV.
Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
High ball game on our hands here at GCU Softball Stadium as GCU pushes a run across in the first, and Brianna Aguilar-Bocage is out there for the second and hoping to keep Creighton off the base paths and from crossing the plate here, as she'll face off against Dellinger, Sturgeon, and Darrow, due up for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, nice job of GCU of responding with one of their own in the bottom of the first inning, especially considering the fact that they only scored 1 in a 2-1 loss to Creighton in their other matchup. It's good to get that immediate response in that 1 run. Just real quickly about batting averages, back to the point, if they were full Division I, they'd fit in right between Bucknell and Alabama at 30 in the country.
Dellinger's going to lead things off with a single up the middle. That's one thing I've never understood. A team can compete Division I, be considered Division I, play in a Division I conference, technically be transitioning from Division II to Division I in the 4th year of their transition period, but they're uneligible for any of the batting titles or pitching titles in the NCAA.
Yeah, well, it just means that they'll have to wait 1 more year to shock the nation in those statistics. I mean, up there with prestigious schools, and Grand Canyon, of course, a mid-major, looking to just expand their name even more.
The 0-1 bunt attempt, ground ball. Throw over to first is in time there from Bocage, but that moves the runner over.
Nicely fielded ball there by Bocage. Just took her time, squared it up, and made the throw. That's really all you can do. Can't worry about the runner on first, because that wasn't a play that was going to be able to be made.
Brings up Jen Darrow, hitting 176 on the season, 6 total hits and a double. Scored 3 runs. See, but if you look at who teams have played on the NCAA page, it'll show that GCU is considered a Division I school when their opponents that teams have played. So if you go to San Jose State, all their teams they've played are Division I schools, and that means GCU's a Division I school, but GCU's statistics doesn't say they're the Division I school. So that's where there's discrepancies, in my opinion, about what the NCAA considers Division I when they do not consider a team Division I.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Change up there, just missing low in the zone there from Bocage. The appeal, and they say Darrow did not go. One and one from Bocage has lifted out of play.
Darrow, a senior, 6 hits and 34 times to the plate. 176, looking to pick it up a little bit in the second half of the season.
Just off the plate there from Bocage, makes the count 2-1. Darrow playing over there at the hot corner. The 2-2 from Bocage, a swing on a miss. The back pick attempt to second base gets into center field.
Foolish decision to throw that one down. It was a low reward, high risk play, but beautiful off-speed pitch by Bocage. Had Darrow looking silly, way out ahead of that pitch.
So the first strikeout for Bocage comes in the second inning here to the number 7 batter and brings up the number 8 batter, Sam Crowley. Crowley is a junior from Green Bay, Wisconsin, hitting 200. 7 hits and a double. And her 17th game started. And game number 17 of their season as well. So started every game for the Blue Jays. Outside ball 2.
Cloud cover holding up here. GCU softball stadium. No sun in sight. I don't think anybody's too upset about it. So the breeze has been present.
I brought my sunscreen expecting to get burnt again. 2-0s over there for a strike. But walked out of my apartment and there was no sunshine.
Yeah,
I was thinking, hey, it might burn off, but hasn't burned off yet.
Usually we're sitting in the broadcaster's booth outside in the direct path of the sun, usually when it's setting for these games, so we got lucky, that's for sure.
Home plate faces the northeast, so everything in the morning is right in front of us and to our right, and that was where the ground ball went to the right. Camry Wortman picks it up and throws over to first base to record out number 3. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 1 left on base for the Blue Jays. We head to this bottom of the second, all knotted up in ones.
Do you want to work on campus? GCU is hiring student workers for summer 2017. Some jobs may start as soon as this semester. Build your resume and gain real-world experience as a GCU student worker. Find a job on March 29th on the Student Union Promenade or start applying online today at gcu.edu/student employment. That's gcu.edu/student employment. Well, we are GCU student workers.
We are.
And it's an honor.
It's a lot of fun getting to work for GCU and calling GCU games, getting to sit outside, sit in the press box, meet different people, and call sports. Can't miss it.
Can't miss it. But of course, not the only position they're hiring for. They're not just trying to replace us. They're looking for jobs all across campus, restaurants and whatnot.
At least I hope they're not trying to replace us.
That was a joke, complete joke. But yeah, a couple months ago, I mean, yeah, GCU had the Student Worker Appreciation Week, which was certainly well appreciated by us as student workers. Of course, great to see the university going above and beyond to show its loyalty.
Haley Freeman steps in. She's in just her 6th appearance, her 3rd total start, getting her 9th at bat of the season. She has 3 hits, hitting .375.
Freeman, a freshman, this is what you live for when the lineup's shaking up. Get in there and make something happen with the opportunity that you have.
Number 9, the designated player today. She's got a 1-1 count here from Dellinger. She fouls it off of her front foot. It goes out to the pitcher, but time is called by Michael Parker because it is a foul ball off the foot of Freeman.
Yeah, I've noticed the softball players seem to hit it off the inner part of their ankles a lot, but they don't have, I haven't noticed as many shin protectors. Is that something I'm missing, or is that a different trend in softball maybe? Does it not hurt as much to get hit in the ankle? I don't know.
A Blue Jays player was wearing one, and the top half of their lineup will come through and point that out. The 2-2 in the dirt ball 3.
So it was just something I missed. Good at bat by Freeman. She doesn't seem too anxious. Worked the count to full.
The payoff pitch from Dellinger, lifted to right. Cantu has a play on it, and it's out number 1.
Well, good contact on that one by Freeman, but just a little bit underneath it.
Number 5, Camry Wortman.
And don't want to speculate, but could have just missed one swing RBI if she would have gotten on top of it just a bit more.
Camry Wortman's had an up and down season so far. Was bar none the best batter on the team last year for GCU, and has been moved all around the lineup, and that's not good for confidence, playing mental games with her. Just moved down to the 8th spot here today. Last year, really solidified in that 3-hole spot, and then moved into the 5-hole. This year, she's been playing around with her. Ann Pearson's played around with her being in the 3 spot, and then she's moved her down to the 8th spot. She hasn't played well so far in the GCU round robin. That's why she's in the 8th spot, but you can't take her out defensively.
Well, that trend will continue there. Weak swing, but there was a time, the beginning of the season, where opposing teams could not get Camry Wortman out. And it was singles, doubles, triples, home runs, and RBI after RBI. But then, yep, like you said, it finally caught up to her and slowed down just a little bit.
Leads the team in doubles with 9, but hasn't had an extra base hit in a while. Taylor Kay fouls the first pitch off that she sees. The sophomore is hitting .250. 25th at bat. In her 13th start, but she's really solidified herself as the left fielder for GCU and the number 9 batter. Upstairs for ball number 1.
You can't overlook the 9 batter. Kay, of course, up right now with 2 outs, but it'd be monumental to get on base and maybe get something going with 2 outs here for the top half of the order.
The 2-1 to Kay is fouled off.
Kay behind that one has to speed up the hands just a little bit. 2-2.
Fouls off the 2-2 pitch and staying alive here in the at-bat.
Oh, a nubber off the end of the bat. That one had a ton of backspin once it hit the turf. She went from way behind to way in front.
In the dirt, ball 3, full count here for Taylor Kay, the number 9 batter.
Yeah, good eye on that one. It started inside. It may have dropped towards the end of that. Maybe a deceptive pitch, but Kay able to lay off.
The payoff pitch, lifted into left center. The diving play there by Reinhardt, and it's out number 3. So GCU unable to push any runs across. 3 up, 3 down for GCU here in the second. We head to the third inning. All knotted at once, still here on GCU TV.
Robin action coming up later today. And the next game schedule starts at 2:30. It'll be GCU versus the University of Maine.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back out to GCU softball stadium here as GCU and Creighton are heading to the third, all tied at 1s. GCU going 3 up, 3 down there in the second, and Brianna Aguilar-Bocage back out for the third. Here to face off against the number 9 batter, Ajane McCoy, and then back to the top of the lineup for Tosh Caulfield and Ashley Cantu.
Ajane McCoy.
First pitch to McCoy is quarter swinged, half swinged, whatever you want to call it. Poor swing there from McCoy, and strike number 1.
Well, whatever you call it, in the end, it was just a waste of a swing. McCoy clearly set like she's going to drop down a bunt, hopefully down the third base line. Is that third baseman all the way up? Stevens, even with the pitcher's circle.
McCoy gets on base with a leadoff single, dive past the diving attempt of Shea Smith.
Yeah, McCoy had the infield in. I think that would have been a play definitely makeable for Smith. But just that little bit in was able to make a poor angle for her to get that ball on a base hit from McCoy.
The corners are halfway in here for Caulfield. Sierra Smith playing in front of the pitcher. Expecting a bunt here from the speedy leadoff batter in Tosh Caulfield.
Got to be nice for Creighton when you have a speedy 9-hitter and a speedy 1-hitter.
Straight steal. The throw down from Gonzalez, not even close to in time. Stolen base there for Ajane McCoy.
That's exactly why. You get the bottom of the lineup and you're able to get on base and then just keep working her over into scoring position.
The 1-1 from Bocage. Another steal. And she's going to go back there as Shea Smith had been covering third base very well. There was nobody at second base, so she was able to retreat after realizing she could have gotten caught off the bag halfway between second and third. The 2-1 from Bocage. Bunted backwards on another straight steal there from McCoy.
Yeah, well, that's the place that GCU was expecting the bunt down that third base line, but too much backspin. Just rolled right out of the box into foul territory.
Really aggressive base running here from the Blue Jays. The 2-2. Ground ball right side. Tag attempt applied.
Did not get
in
her.
time.
Well, again, that's what happens when you get the speed up there at the plate. Any contact becomes threatening, and Stevens just wasn't able to move quick enough to get the Caulfield tag because she evaded it right as she was running past Stevens with a quick move.
It looked like she applied the tag, but I think she might have had the ball in her left hand, or in her right hand, excuse me. Third base coach for the Blue Jays telling Ashley Cantu it's not a fastball, so she shouldn't have swung at it. Either way, it's an 0-1 count here for Cantu, who singled and scored in the first. Swings at another off-speed pitch, and now makes count 0-2.
One of a couple infield singles, just chopped to the catcher, but remember, Stevens not communicating with Gonzalez there, charged it, and Wortman was unable to get to first for that throwdown, and that's why Cantu reached.
The 0-2, fouled back. Cantu reached on a bunt single in the first, in which nobody had a play on because nobody was able to cover first base in time. The 0-2 again, swung on and missed. No tag applied, and McCoy is going to get in there luckily as Nikki Gonzalez was unable to apply the tag.
Well, that's just a case of more athleticism there. McCoy,
First baseman,
way more speed and athleticism than Gonzalez, and was just able to do a nice little shimmy move, stayed in the base path, avoided the tag, and scores the run.
Line drive right at the third baseman, double play. Camry Wortman off her spot quickly there after Sierra Smith snagged that one out of the air. Double play gets out of the inning, but not before McCoy was able to score on technically a stolen base. So it's a 2-1 ball game here on GCU TV. Heading to the bottom of the third, GCU looking for some runs. Award-winning and chart-topping artists take the stage on March 22nd for the 9th annual Rock and Worship Roadshow at GCU Arena. Experience Christian music's most uplifting and entertaining concert series for the whole family. General admission tickets are just $10. Get your tickets now at gcuarena.com. So a double play gets GCU out of the third, but a rare stolen base from third to home scores a run.
Yeah, what impressed me most about that was McCoy's able to stay in the base path. You know, you can't stray too far out. If you do, obviously you'll be called out. But just speed and quickness, able to evade Gonzalez's tag, and regardless of what happened with Megan Stevens' tag over there with Caulfield, if she had it in her right or left, still was able to reach safely when she seemed dead to rights. So some good base running by Creighton, just like you said, being aggressive.
You stole my line there. McCoy was definitely dead to rights there between third and home, halfway between home on that play. Gonzalez going out to tag her out, but then just completely missed her. Either way, GC's going to need to score some runs here. Keep the pressure on Creighton as well. And if they can get some base runners, try to employ the same tactics that Creighton used, which was aggressive, very aggressive base running.
Yep. Well, the same scores last night's game,
but flipped.
I was going to say, well, yeah, GCU just not getting the run production they've been used to so far, I guess in this whole tournament, you could say. I mean, 5 and then 2, but all those 5 came in 1 inning. It wasn't spread out like usual. And then, of course, the 2 runs against Creighton, and then the shutout. So, yeah, uncharacteristic offensive production so far from the Lopes.
Coming into the tournament, GCU had scored 104 runs in 17 games. One's fouled back. So just over 5 or 6 runs per game. He's just my quick head count number math there.
That's what I was going for too, but you beat me to it. I was looking for the average there, but yeah, certainly under average here is 1 run.
Only scored 2 runs all day yesterday in 2 games, 2 coming against Creighton and getting shut out by Maine. Scored 5 in the GCU round robin opener against Maine, winning that one 5-1. But was unable to score any runs in game number 2 against Maine. They'll get another crack at him here later today at 2:30. 2-2 lifted to the left, but foul.
Well, I think that one may have had the distance if it was kept straight. If not, it would have been certainly threatening or off the wall. Good contact. She's on top of that ball.
The 2-2 from Dellinger. Gets her. And that's going to be a walk. A hit by pitch there puts Nikki Gonzalez on first base.
I'll tell you what, the Creighton fans aren't happy at all, saying she turned right into that pitch and stuck a body part out to be hit by that. The pitch was so soft.
Right fielder Lorianne Olson.
I could see why she would do it. But the Jays fans furious, as is the head coach. And GCU gets a break here. What do you think, Fletcher?
Change up there from Dellinger came inside. And Nikki Gonzalez definitely moved her body, but it could have been away from the pitch, turning her hips towards the catcher and the home plate umpire, but it definitely looked like she might have moved into the pitch, but either way, it hit her and she's on first base. GCU in desperate need of a base runner, and they got one.
Of course, that's what you're trained to do on a pitch inside, just turn the hips and offer the back and the butt so it doesn't get you in a too sensitive spot.
1-0's in there for a strike here to the number 2 batter, Lorianne Olson. Reached third base, but unable to score in that first inning. Excuse me, she did score the only lone run of the game. Didn't fill out my card correctly.
Oh man, I think that ball was fair. Geez, a bunt that was in the air. The catcher dove for it, and I think as she dove for it, smothered it in fair territory. There's still a mark on that third baseline where the catcher tried to make that play and where her glove went down, and I think it's fair.
A little bit of controversy here happened in the bottom of the third inning. It's a 2-2 count here for Lorianne Olson with a runner at first base. That's Nikki Gonzalez. The 2-2 was way inside. Double play opportunity here, but Lorianne Olson beats out the throw before the ball even got to second base.
Well, there, a pitching wedge was in order for that swing. At the feet, couldn't
Shortstop
have been any more inside without hitting her, I don't think, and able to get contact on it. She'll reach on the fielder's choice, though.
Brings up Shea Smith, who singled in the first inning. Was stranded at third base after a sacrifice fly by her sister Sierra. Lainey Gomez is on deck, who also singled. She's got the lone RBI of the game for GCU, which scored Lorianne Olson. Fouled back. Shea Smith hitting .373, been locked down at shortstop. Her sister Sierra is locked down the third base spot. Both of them playing those two positions pretty much since day one of their GCU careers. Both sophomores. Camry Wortman been unable to get her out of the lineup over at second base. You got to keep her batting there as well, but as long as you move it around. Lifted to shallow center, kick it down. Danger play there, and it's going to be a single there for Shea Smith. Moves Lorianne Olson over to second.
Caulfield would have made that play. That would have been seen on ESPN tonight.
Lainey Gomez.
Almost impossible play. Retreating behind her. Of course, the center fielder was deep, so not enough room or space to charge that one. And a bloop single will lead to first and second now.
Lorianne Olson had a diving play, and Taylor Kay did as well yesterday. Foul ball, it goes backwards towards the backstop. Taylor Kay had one in the left that had my jaw at the bottom of the bleachers that I said, wow, that's Sports Center worthy. Oh, 1 count here for the center fielder for GCU, Lainey Gomez. Ground ball left side. This one will be foul.
Another half swing there, foul. Fortunate that that wasn't fair. It's 0-2. Now she needs to be patient.
The 0-2 to Gomez. Check swing, yes she did. Strike out number 1.
Well, I think that would have been a strike anyway, but you knew that she was going to see something trying to get her to chase. I guess not necessarily what I thought there, as they went right after her. First and second with 1 out.
Brings up Sierra Smith. She looks at a pitch on the outer part of the plate for ball number 1. Smith's sac fly to right field. That moved everybody over. Shea Smith and Lainey Gomez from first and second to third and second. And she's got a 2-0 count here from Sam Dellinger.
Good looking pitch there. Taken. Base hit or an extra base hit would be huge as another response immediately in that bottom half of the inning for GCU. But we'll see.
Ball comes inside. It's 3-1 now. Well, a couple inches inside.
Jays fans definitely wanted that call, but no, they're not going to get that one. It wasn't even close.
Ball 4. Loads the bases for big bat Megan Stevens. That'll send Sturgeon out to talk with Dellinger.
First baseman,
And
Stevens.
Megan Stevens can make this a 5-2 ball game with 1 swing of the bat.
Yeah, if you're the pitcher, is this really the best batter you want to see for the Lopes right now? Really nowhere to put her. Got to go right after her. 2 outs, bases loaded.
First pitch is outside to Megan Stevens. Megan Stevens hit a go-ahead home run against Rhode Island, and then hit a 3-run shot against San Jose, or the other way around, hit a solo shot against San Jose State, and then hit a go-ahead 3-run home run against Rhode Island, both coming in the bottom of the 6th inning, both pinch hit home runs.
Yeah, she's clutch, and that's exactly what you want out of a pinch hitter. But in the normal lineup here today, Stevens flied out to the second baseman. And could we be seeing a pitching change out there for the Jays?
2-0 count. Coach is going out there to talk through the rest of this at bat. You don't want to miss any pitches here to Stevens. The wind has started to blow from home plate out, so the ball could carry here for GCU, and the wind always seems to blow out or from left to right here at GCU Softball Stadium. And that's danger for pitchers when you have a slugger like Megan Stevens up.
Yeah, especially if you leave the pitch high.
The 2-0 to Stevens is in the dirt for ball number 3 and is in danger of walking in the tying run.
Yeah, this 3-0 pitch. Can't do much with this one other than throw it down the plate here. A walk's going to put the tie-in run in.
Ball 4. RBI walk for Megan Stevens, ties the ball game.
Wow. That one close on the outside part of the plate, but taken, I think it may have been a bit high. Good eye by Stevens.
Lorianne Olson scored 2 runs for GCU today. Scored on a walk and scored on a single. Ball comes inside, and that's 5 straight balls for Sam Dellinger.
They called that one a strike?
6 straight balls. She walked Sierra Smith as well. Oh, we called that a strike. Late,
don't know why or how,
calls.
But nonetheless, that one, I thought that one almost skimmed her jerseys and letters on the jersey, but I guess not.
You have to pay attention a lot more to umpires in softball than you do in baseball to see if it's a strike or a ball. 1-1 in the dirt. They call their strikes with more time between the pitch being caught before they motion to being a strike, and they don't make as loud of a strike call as they do in baseball, where in baseball, umpires are taught to make the entire stadium hear you. Softball, just make sure the pitcher hears you. Line drive up the middle, and it's going to score 1. 1 run is scored, 2 runs coming in, it's going to be cut off, and nobody's at first base. So a single for Haley Freeman, and she's got 2 RBIs here in the game. She's got 3 total for her GCU career.
Well, we talked about Freeman, only her 6th appearance, her 3rd start. Dellinger is going to be taken out. That's for sure. And she was not able to hold it down for Creighton. GCU able to push through. Great job of applying that pressure. Who are we going to see now?
Looks like number 14, Michael Hilton, will be coming out to circle to relieve Sturgeon. Excuse me, to relieve Dellinger. Sturgeon's behind the dish. Hilton's a lefty. Coming into the game here. Pitched 3 1/3 against GCU to start things off yesterday. Only allowed 2 runs. They were both earned before coming out of the game and making way for Sam Dellinger.
A 3 spot here on the bottom of the 3rd with 2 outs. All of this happening with 2 outs.
Your attention, please.
GCU looking to expand this lead
Michael Hilton.
and jump all over this new pitcher here for Creighton.
GCU needed runs and they got them, utilizing a fielder's choice to get on base, a single, 2 walks, and another single. So it hasn't been extra power, It's been quality at-bats and then putting the ball in the turf where nobody in a blue jersey is. And it brings up a dangerous batter that's moved her way down to the 8th spot because of some poor performances in the last couple days, but it's somebody that you don't want to wake up, and a bat that can wake up and really put a hurt on you if it does wake up, and that's Camry Wortman. Camry Wortman with runners on first and second looks at a left-handed pitch from Michael Hilton low in the zone for ball number 1. The 1-0 from Hilton. Lined up the middle. It's going to score 1. Megan Stevens getting around third base. And it's going to get down for a run. An RBI single for Camry Wortman off the glove of Michael Hilton.
Well, Fletcher, you said if Camry Wortman's bat woke up, it could be dangerous. That was almost literally dangerous for Michael Hilton as the line drive right up the box immediately, and just able to react to that one and get out of the way. So that ball was absolutely rocketed into center field.
Maddie Dowdle is going to come in and pinch hit for Taylor Kay.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Lopes. Batting for K. Number 4, Maddie Dowdle.
First pitch to the pinch hitter, Maddie Dowdle, is a called strike.
Better matchup here is you got a right-handed batter going against a left-handed pitcher.
Dowdle's hitting .263 on the season, been primarily used as a pinch hitter. She's started 4 games. She has 5 hits in 19 at-bats. This is her 20th at-bat. The 1-1 changeup that falls in there for a strike.
Nice pitch there by Hilton. The off-speed and changing the pace. Just unable to swing is Dowdle.
Pop up in the infield. It's going to stay inside the infield, and Darrow's going to snag it for out number 2. But not before GCU throws up a 4 spot in the inning to take a 5-2 lead here over the Blue Jays from Creighton University, utilizing 3 hits to score 4 runs, no errors, 2 left on base for GCU. We head to the 4th inning here with GCU leading 5-2.
Earning your RN to BSN degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. Finding your purpose takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience delivering our accredited RN to BSN program 100% online. Graduate in as few as 16 months, learning from full-time practicing nurse faculty in small classes. Integrate your education with your faith and Christian worldview.
Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Brianna Aguilar-Bocage will come back out here for the start of the 4th inning. She's got herself a 3-run cushion now, so a little bit of breathing room here after the visitors from Creighton have put 2 runs on the board, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 3rd. Fletcher Like and Alex Larson with you here this afternoon. GCU taking on Creighton for the 2nd time in as many days, and we'll look to slow down the Creighton pressure that they've been applying on the base paths.
The center fielder, Allie Reinhardt.
Reinhardt will come to bat, hit into a double play. Really was a tailor-made double play to the shortstop, Smith last at bat. First pitch in there, Reinhardt going right after, or I should say, Bocage going right after Reinhardt.
Ball's low in the zone for ball number 1.
Sun started peeking through the clouds just a little bit that bottom of the third. Maybe
Line drive over the third base head of Sierra Smith. It's going to get down for a single for Reinhardt. She's got her first hit of the day.
maybe the GCU's inspiration to score all those runs, the Sun. Nice hit there into left though by Reinhardt. Perfect contact. She was all over that pitch.
Brings up Sam Dellinger. She's a designated player. She was the starting pitcher for Creighton.
A single to center for Dellinger was the result of her last at-bat. Hitting .214 on the campaign thus far.
Bocage has a 2-0 count here to Dellinger, delivers, and it's outside for ball number 3. Falling behind here rather early here to the designated player in Dellinger. The 3-0 in their first strike.
Good job of buckling down and just getting that one in there for a strike. Bocage wanting to kind of find her rhythm again. Just giving up a leadoff base hit and then a couple balls in a row. And now a walk here.
Not hitting our spots here in the fourth. And as runners on first and second now after that walk.
Jordan Sturgeon.
Yep, there she goes. Bocage is done, just like that. Mariah Valencia will come on for GCU. I think that was probably predetermined. Hey, if you get on and you come out for the top of the fourth and you let a couple runners on, I think we're going to put in Valencia and let her relieve it. 5-2 lead, of course, a lot nicer than what GCU's been used to this tournament. Kind of closer games, closer contests.
Now pitching,
but of course, always that
Mariah Valencia.
Usually seeming to be that one inning for the Lopes where they always break out a crooked number of runs. I should say Friday night versus Maine, it was the bottom of the third as well, which they scored all 5 of their runs in that 5-1 win.
Valencia pitched a gem yesterday, going the complete game, 7 innings, only allowing 2 hits and a run. It was earned. She only walked 3, struck out 5. And she'll come in here with no outs and 2 on base here in the 4th inning. She gets the first pitch she throws to be a ball as she sees a bunt shown by Jordan Sturgeon, the catcher. Bunt shown again. This time it's in there for a strike.
Squaring to bunt again. Maybe just making Valencia think a little bit as she's just coming in. I don't know if they'd actually want to put down a bunt here. Could see why, of course, to move the runners over to second and third. But Sturgeon bunted it last time and moved the runner to second there. So
bunt down. Smith fields it and throws over to Camry Wortman at first base for out number 1. But everybody moves up a base on the sacrifice bunt.
Smart play there to lay that bunt down in a nicely executed bunt.
Third baseman, Jen Darrow.
As we've seen, actually a couple attempts today that have not been so good, whether it be foul or maybe just pop-ups off the bunt. This one's successful, and second and third now with 1 out.
Second and third with one out. Creighton's been very aggressive on the base paths lately. Check swing, yes she did.
Darrow struck out swinging her last time at bat. Looking to change her fortunes here. An opportunity for some RBIs.
The 0-1's outside for ball number 1. Makes it 1-1 now. Valencia gets the sign, then delivers home. Changeup that stays high.
Changeup hung up there for a while. Fortunately, she didn't swing. I think could have given that ball a ride if it was a power hitter. Squares to bunt.
Pop up into the netting here, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 from Valencia. Fouled back yet again.
Good job working the outside part of the plate again on that pitch. Darrow having to reach out for that one, just barely staying alive. Fouling into the screen.
Valencia has a 1-3 whip, so walk hits divided by innings pitched. Opponents are only hitting 294. Delivery, swung up, popped up. It's going to stay in the infield. Camry Wortman calling everybody off. And it's out number 2.
GCU so far able to get out of it. 2 outs now and down to the last one to get out of this mini jam.
Brings up Sam Crowley. Crowley was hitting 200 entering the day.
Grounded to second her first at bat.
Hitting 194 now. The 1-0 from Valencia is in there for a strike. So Valencia will head back to the rubber, get her sign from the catcher Gonzalez. Runners on second and third. She can't make a mistake here over the plate to Crowley. The delivery, swung on and missed.
Blew it by her there. Haven't seen that too much from these Lopes pitchers, but Crowley way behind on that one. And a pitcher's count 1 and 2.
The 1-2 from Valencia. Way outside, ball 2. The speedy McCoy is on deck. She scored on a stolen base. You don't hear that many times, but got caught in between third and home on a bunt attempt that was more of a swinging bunt attempt by Ashley Cantu. And then Nikki Gonzalez tried to apply the tag but completely whiffed and missed. And McCoy was able to walk home to score the go-ahead run back in the third inning before GCU put a 4 spot up in the bottom half of the frame. The 2-2 from Valencia, fouled back. Again, the 2-2, way upstairs, evens up the count, now it's full.
Well, it looks like that pitch may have stuck in her hand a little bit longer than she wanted. Way high. Looks like it could have even been a pitch out, but obviously not.
Swinging attempt, ball in the dirt, tag applied this time by Gonzalez, and it's a strikeout for Valencia to get out of the inning here. No runs scored for the Blue Jays with runners on second and third. Gets out of the jam. We head to the bottom of the fourth with GCU leading 5-2.
You are invited to watch some of the best dunkers and sharpshooters in college basketball here at GCU Arena. Witness some of the best college athletes compete in front of a national audience in the State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships on March 30th. That's exciting. Of course, just another step in the maturation and expansion of the GCU program name. State-of-the-art arena. And that's, I mean, of course, that's national. So that's, I mean, that's all the guys from all these, the top schools, UNC, Duke, UConn, coming to us here at GCU Arena.
Yeah, the GCU Lope and the GCU letters will be all over ESPN for that competition. It'll be fun to watch.
Always is. Definitely more, in my opinion, more interesting than the all-star competitions in the NBA.
Leading off the fourth for the Lopes, the catcher.
Back to the
Nikki
top of the lineup,
Gonzalez.
GCU goes Nikki Gonzalez, Lorianne Olson, and Shea Smith. Olson Smith scoring the first two runs of the third. GCU going through all 9 batters in the fourth. Lifted down the third baseline here by Nikki Gonzalez. She did that in her first at bat back in the third. She then reached on a hit by pitch. She was out second on a fielder's choice when Lorianne Olson grounded up the middle. The 0-1 to Gonzalez in there for strike number 2. The 0-2 upstairs at the head.
Sun starting to peer out of the clouds here. It's almost directly behind us on our necks.
They might have to apply the sunscreen.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Little awkward play out there in shallow right field, but McCoy tracks it down, and it's out number 1 here in the fourth.
Yeah, that's Ajane McCoy again. Awkward or not, tougher play, obviously, than average. And I don't know if that dive was necessarily necessary, but either way, she made the catch, and she made the play confidently and was able to get the out for her team.
Ground ball up the middle. No play there by the shortstop in Caulfield.
Yeah, Caulfield, I think lazy on that play as she tracked to her left, tried to make the play look better than maybe she could have played it, because the easier play would have been to square it up, but she tried to play it to the forehand, jammed her up,
Shortstop,
and as a result,
Shea Smith.
on with a base hit.
It goes down as an error. And Lorianne Olson is on base for the 3rd time today. She's scored twice as well. First pitch to Shea Smith is in there for a strike. The 0-1 to Smith, bunt attempt, it gets down. And she's going to get on base with an infield single on the bunt. So runners on first and second after a great bunt there from Lainey Gomez. Or from Shea Smith bringing up Lainey Gomez.
Perfect bunt, just in a position where the catcher was too far and the pitcher had to charge and able to leg that one out.
The first pitch to Lainey Gomez is a strike as well. Hilton attacking early.
Five more runs by the Lopes here would end the game. Of course, way out in the future, but we've seen the Lopes do that before. You know, they'll come to plate. No one thinks anything of it, and then they'll just explode and end the game. That's happened to me 3 or 4 times. I've just opened up, and it's good to see.
Ground ball right back at Hilton. Double play attempt on the bag at third and gets the lead runner.
Yeah, that was a smart play by Hilton. Really smart play by Hilton to get the lead runner on the fielder's choice. And the third baseman, Sierra, almost missed getting her foot on the bag. Or at least almost missed it before the runner slid in there, but fortunate there. And there's 2 outs.
Sierra Smith now up 1 for 2 today. She's also scored a run. Entered the game hitting .338. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. GCU leading 5-2. One will count 2 outs. Hilton gets this call from the dugout. Looks at her arm sleeve for the pitch selection. Comes inside. In there for a strike.
What a nice pitch. Inside part of the plate. Painting the corner.
The 2-1. In there for a strike as well. Sierra Smith's started off up 2-0 and then had Hilton come back firing with 2 straight strikes and evens up the count at 2-2. The 2-2 from Hilton. Inside jams Sierra Smith. Got to go to third. Safe at first base. Wow, that was some very interesting base running there by Shea Smith. She had to go to third base because every single base was occupied. So it was a force at third, second, and first. But it's held up,
First baseman,
and the ball was far enough towards second base that when Darrow played the ball and threw to first, she was able to stay and get over to third base after the throw. So a single for Sierra Smith loads the bases.
For who else again? Megan Stevens. RBI walk last at bat. See if they leave this one up in the zone for her at all.
Left that one up in the zone, but Megan Stevens didn't just swing at it. Could have been a 9-2 ball game with one swing of the bat right there. Dangerous pitch there from Hilton, but Stevens in an off route. If she sees it again, she might take a yard. Pulls that one right towards Ann Pearson in the third base coaching box. The 0-2 to Stevens. Upstairs, ball 1. Bases are loaded. 2 outs in the inning. 1-2 count. Outside ball 2.
Stevens wanting that call there. Off-speed pitch. Just missing the outside part of the plate.
Hilton's a left-handed sophomore. from Wayne, Oklahoma. The 2-2. Outside, ball 3. It's a full count. So 3 straight balls from Hilton. Load the count up here to Stevens.
Again, she'll see a full count, 2 outs.
Gets her.
And an RBI hit by pitch for Stevens.
2 RBIs, 2 free bases for Stevens. And she's 0 for 1 today and 2 RBIs.
Designated player, Haley Freeman.
Well, that's just poor pitching there by Hilton. You gotta be able to keep it off the plate and throw something that's hittable, but ends up running it way in and hitting Stevens. And as a result, another bases loaded mistake leads to a GCU run. Freeman looking for more RBIs, 2 RBIs on her last swing, a single to center field.
Now is the first strike in 5 pitches for Hilton after throwing 4 straight balls to Megan Stevens. Haley Freeman, designated players, 1 for 2 today with that 2 RBI single back in the 3rd. Comes inside again, misses. Hilton leaving the ball in the inner part of the plate to right-handed batters. Ball tailing from outside to in to righties. Ball stays outside and upstairs, and it's 3-1 here to Haley Freeman.
Not getting her calls, and now Freeman is almost positively taking this pitch.
The 3-1 in the dirt, ball 4, walks in another run.
And Hilton will probably be done after that one.
Coach isn't out of the dugout yet.
Yep, I guess not. I figured you'd see head coach Brent Vignes come out right away.
3 RBIs for Haley Freeman. And she's only swung the bat once. It's 2 RBI single in the 3rd, and then a walk RBI walk, however you want to say it, in the 4th.
Well,
brings up Camry Wortman.
Yeah, and the introduction to Wortman, from Wortman to Hilton, was a line drive right back at her face.
Off the leg of the pitcher, Hilton. It trickled into center field.
Oh yeah, it was not the one off the leg. There was 2 shots right back up Hilton, or at the pitcher already today for these Creighton pitchers.
Wortman's went right off the glove of Hilton into center field, and then Lainey Gomez's RBI single in the 1st inning caromed off of this pitcher Dellinger into the 5 hole in between third base and shortstop. Camry Wortman batting. She's got an RBI as well. Singled in the 3rd up the middle and is looking to add to that tally here. She's had a rough GCU round robin and is looking for some more hits here today. The 2-1 inside for strike number 2.
Yeah, good eye there by Wortman, of course, making Hilton throw strikes, but now 2-2 count. She's in the hole.
Camry Wortman crowding the plate. 2-2. Upstairs, ball 3. Looks like Wortman might be dealing with a sprained ankle. Got a ankle brace on her left ankle. Might be the reason for her batting issues, and a team lead in errors with 4. Ground ball, wow, smoked down the first baseline, just foul.
That would have brought in at least 2.
That could have cleared the bases.
Maybe all of them, yeah. The way that ball was hit, it would have rolled all the way into that right field corner. Jeez, Wortman just missing RBIs and extra bases for herself.
Just full count now. The payoff pitch from Hilton. Strike 3 called. Camry Wortman did not like that one, but either way, GCU able to scratch 2 runs across. Lead 7-2 here after backwards K to Camry Wortman from Hilton. Gets Hilton out of that bases loaded jam, only giving up 2 runs. We head to the 5th, GCU leading 7-2 here on GCU TV. Welcome back out to GCU Softball Stadium. Mariah Valencia back out for the 5th. Here's GCU leads 7-2 and is 3 runs away from run ruling Creighton here if they can hold Creighton to 0 runs here in the 5th and then get 3 in the home half of the 5th. It'll be Ajane McCoy back to the top of the lineup, Tosh Caulfield and Ashley Cantu.
Aj singled up the middle. Her first at bat. Came around to score. Fancy footwork and running.
The first pitch from Valencia is low. GCU expecting a bunt here with Sierra Smith halfway up the baseline. Softball players really bunting the ball just like 3 feet in front of the plate. Baseball players really like to utilize that bunt that's about 15 feet down the line. Extended base paths obviously make the bunt have to be shorter and closer to home plate than in baseball with the condensed field. It's a 1-1 count to the number 9 batter. McCoy check swings and offers at the pitch. It's 1-2 now.
Second time we've seen McCoy kind of take a half-hearted swing and really waste a pitch. It's 1-2 now.
The 1-2. Didn't offer at that one. It's 2-2 now. The 2-2 to McCoy. Popped up. Foul territory. Sarah Smith camped underneath it. Had enough time to pitch 10, and it's out number 1.
Just a simple pitch, trailing to the outside part of the plate, getting McCoy.
Shortstop, Tosh Caulfield.
Just weak fly ball.
Brings up the top of the lineup in Caulfield. Chokes that first pitch strike. Valencia delivers, and it's upstairs, ball number 1. Caulfield's 1 for 2 today. She singled back in the 3rd inning, but then got doubled up on a line drive to the third baseman, Sierra Smith, when Caulfield was at second base. A throw to second got her. The 1-1, upstairs again. Ball 3. GCU will go on the road to place in the Stanford Easton Classic next weekend, facing off against Cal Poly, Stanford, Lehigh, and UConn. The 3-1 from Valencia is low for ball number 4, and it puts the speedy leadoff batter Caulfield on first base.
Right fielder, Ashley Cantu.
Not a good at-bat there. Facing Caulfield. Valencia really just didn't seem to get any of her pitches. Hopefully she can keep it low and get another double play.
GCU softball will be facing off against 4 Pac-12 opponents this year, facing Stanford March 10th at 7:30, and then facing Washington in a doubleheader March 22nd, then going on the road to face Arizona in a doubleheader, and then closing things out in the last weekend of the series in May 2nd against Utah, their final game at BYU. So whatever the ASU president did to try to get Pac-12 schools to not schedule GCU isn't working anymore, because they're realizing, hey, GCU is good competition. Let's get better. Let's schedule GCU. And we're sorry, ASU, but we're going to play GCU. They're a good school.
Yeah, no one's catering to ASU's needs just because, you wanted to be the only university in the Valley, selfishly and not allow opportunity for expansion academically and athletically. These other schools have said, hey, it does make sense to schedule with GCU, especially schools in Arizona, because it's good competition and it's right in their backyard, like the NAU athletic director said, scheduling a bunch of sports against the Lumberjacks.
When we've seen schools that are in the same vicinity produce quality academics and quality athletics, Philadelphia is a prime example of that, with schools in the Big East driven to right center. This is going to be extra bases for Cantu.
What?
And they're going to say she was out of the box when she hit the ball.
What?
So Cantu is going to be out, and everybody's going to have to go back to their respective bags.
What? Out of the box, so I guess Cantu was prematurely let's wait a little second. The exact call on this one. Called batter's interference. So Cantu called out on that one. You want to elaborate a little bit for us, Fletcher?
Yeah, I've had to call a kid out on that in baseball, umpiring baseball, but you must be completely in the batter's box when you contact the ball. And the home plate umpire, Michael Parker, saying that she was out of the batter's box. Her right foot was out of the batter's box when she contacted the softball and put it in play, thus being an out. Automatically, they call it a dead ball, but the 1-2 pitch is check swing, and it's going to be a strike. Dead ball is a term in softball, but it's not a term in baseball anymore. You say dead ball, and umpires will have your neck for the rest of your career. But it's a dead ball. It's a dead ball. The ball is dead as soon as the ball is contacted when the batter's out of the batter's box. Wild pitch there from Valencia puts Caulfield at third base.
I had heard about that rule about having to be in the batter's box when, swinging and hitting, but I'd never actually seen it come into play. So interesting to see that be the case there on Ashley Cantu's double, or would-be double.
Two didn't go, fills up the count at 3-2.
Pitch of the eyes close.
Well, back to that comment about Philadelphia having multiple Big East schools in the area creating quality athletics in the Big East Conference. That could happen here at GCU and in the Valley here in Phoenix if ASU allowed it. It would create a rivalry that would foster and create even more revenue for both schools if you think about it. If that's what ASU wants, they want to create revenue, and they don't want GCU to create revenue. Well, you create these rivalries between the two schools, ground ball left side. That'll end the inning. But that's how you create rivalries and bring people to the schools, is by fostering the opportunities to play against each other. We'll talk more about this when we come back. But GCU leads 7-2, heading to the bottom of the fifth, looking for 3 runs that would end the game here against Creighton.
Get ready to laugh out loud. Comedian and singer-songwriter Tim Hawkins is coming to GCU Arena April 1st for his April Fool's Day comedy concert. This is not an April Fool's joke. It's guaranteed to entertain your entire family, with tickets starting at just $18 and meet and greet options available. Go to the arena box office or gcuarena.com. Student discounts are, of course, available. Back to your point, though, yep, ASU already on their toes in the rivalry with U of A, and how bad would that look for ASU if they developed another rivalry with GCU, no one's heard of them, and then, they get dominated in athletics by the Lopes. That's not going to look too good, especially in the Pac-12.
Well, ASU doesn't have anything to worry about when it comes to football, the moneymaker for ASU, because GCU is never going to have a football team. That's the executive board, and the mission of GCU is not to have a football team, and that is something that GCU has embraced and will continue to embrace, is fostering athletics outside of having a football team. And ASU doesn't have anything to worry about there, because ASU will always have the only team in the Valley with a football team. That's Division I. Well, one thing that they're worried about, in my opinion, is basketball and baseball, where people are coming out to these games in droves, and all these articles are being written about GCU basketball and how they're creating an opportunities for kids to be and compete at the highest level in the best atmospheres. Line drive there
right.
Yeah,
the atmosphere is the biggest part of recruiting. That's exactly right.
By K. Catcher, Nicky
But you see ASU basketball games, and there's nowhere near 7,000 people in that 15,000 arena at Wells Fargo. But I think that has to do with the way that it's marketed. GCU really pushes basketball, really pushes baseball, really pushes men's and women's soccer. Nicky Gonzalez is going to get on with an infield single there on a bunt there. But I would not expect ASU to stay rooted in their ways about not scheduling GCU for much longer. They're not going to be able to.
Well, yeah, and that's a testament to what GCU is doing athletically. I mean, it's hard to ignore a program that is successful like GCU. So, yeah, definitely they won't be setting those ways too much longer.
First pitch in there for a strike here to Lorianne Olson. And eventually GCU will be creeping up on ASU's softball team as well, up there in the RPI rankings for the first time. ASU's ranked in the top 25 and getting votes, but GCU not there quite yet in softball, not there quite yet in baseball, either of the spring sports. Men's volleyball is getting there, has flirted with the idea of being in the top 15 for men's volleyball. Unable to crack the top 15, however. Ground ball left side, double play opportunity here for Creighton. No opportunity at first base, so it's just going to be one, and Lorianne Olson's going to get on base for the 4th time today. Twice via a fielder's choice, once on an error, and once on a double.
Smith.
Yeah, that ball wasn't hit nearly hard enough to complete the double play. Lorianne Olson already had run through the bag there. But a nice play up the middle by Caulfield and McCoy to get the second out and pretty much ensure that this game will go all out to 7 innings.
GCU has 2 opportunities to shorten the game here in the 5th and then 1 in the 6th. Up 7-2, they need 3 runs to do so. The 8-run rule being applied after 5. Michael Hilton trying to ensure that her team gets another opportunity. Straight steal by Lorianne Olsen, gets into center field. She'll stay at second base after that stolen base.
Tell you what, that throw down there by O'Gorman could not have been any better. That ball was right exactly where Caulfield would have liked it for the tag, but I don't know if it was Olsen sliding in there that distracted her or something, but was unable to get the glove on the ball. And they missed it out there.
Puts Lorianne Olsen in scoring position. And hopefully GCU can score some more runs here. 2 outs in the inning, 3-1 count here for Shea Smith, number 3 batter. A ball in the gap would certainly score Olsen. The 3-1 in there for strike number 2. Full count here for Smith. The payoff pitch comes inside, ball 4.
Two outs.
Center fielder.
Don't
Lady
count
Gomez.
GCU out yet of getting more runs, as those 4 in the bottom of the 3rd all came with 2 outs.
Runners on first and second for Laney Gomez. Popped up over the third baseman's head. It's going to get down in foul territory. So Laney Gomez will stay alive here with an 0-2 count. And illegal pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's going to go down as an illegal pitch. Was it for, what was it for, foot drag? It's going to go down as an illegal pitch. Talked with a former softball player yesterday, not for GCU, but a person that played softball before, and there's multiple ways that you can have an illegal pitch, whether that's the way that you rotate, release the ball, for exiting, having your foot drag outside of those 2 lines that are now gone, that are on the outer part of the rubber that go in line towards the edges of the plate. And this is the 3rd illegal pitch by Creighton University against GCU, and it puts runners on second and third. 1-1 pitch, now 1-2 for Laney Gomez. The 1-2 upstairs, 2-2 now.
Off-speed pitch definitely missed the spot. That one stayed up way, way in the zone.
Two from Hilton is outside, and it's gonna fill up the count here and possibly put Laney Gomez on first base to load the bases for Sierra Smith.
Hilton starting to get flustered on the mound. Full count here. Let's see if Gomez can take for a ball.
Ground ball right side, right at McCoy. The speedy Laney Gomez
Safe.
is there, and it's going to score a run, a single there by Laney Gomez.
Well, absolutely horrible play at second there by McCoy to just let that ball eat her up and just let that ball roll all the way out to her instead of charging it and playing it with a hand or glove. And as a result, it came back to haunt them. It's 8-2.
Tough play there for McCoy.
was a tough play, but it's a play that you got to expect your infielders to make, especially if you're the pitcher, Hilton, and you needed that out.
Lenny Gomez will get into second base with a stolen base.
Not quite sure what the Creighton Blue Jays fans are saying, as Gomez clearly stole second. And I believe I heard one of them tell the Blue to call the quarter. Don't know why. It's an inning. See what Smith can do.
Ball comes inside, and it's 2-1 now for Hilton here against Sierra Smith.
She's sort of slowed down and kind of taken couple more breaths in between each pitch. And I think it's a smart idea for Hilton, as she was working a bit fast and missing her spots.
2-1 for Hilton. Lifted to left. Foul
It's gonna be a tough
territory.
play. Good
and
play.
the out recorded there by the shortstop, and Tosh Caulfield in foul territory. Keeps it at 1 run scored in the 5th as GCU increases their lead to 8-2 here on GCU TV. We head to the 6th, GCU leading 8-2.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. When they say find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Yeah, he went like this, which means usually means their foot's up.
They're really bad at explaining it to people.
Yeah, exactly.
Live. Welcome back to GCU TV. GCU increasing their lead to 8-2 after Lorianne Olson came around to score. The illegal pitch, because of the back foot of the pitcher, Michael Hilton, leaving the ground. Not allowed to do that. Considered like a crow hop kind of thing, like an outfielder would do to throw home on a play at the plate or at a base. But that was the reasoning for that illegal pitch that moved Olson to third from second and Smith to second from first base. And then the single by Lainey Gomez scored Lorianne Olson. Valencia is out there in the circle again, facing off against Allie Reinhardt to start things off in the 6th. Reinhardt's 1 for 2 today, singled in the 4th, and then got stranded at third base. First time seeing Valencia here on this Sunday afternoon. Head coach talking to the home plate umpire Michael Parker about his strike zone right now. And that's not something you want to do. You never want to argue balls and strikes with the home plate umpire. It's a fast ticket to the parking lot, and he's gone.
Yep. Well, obnoxious behavior by the Creighton coach all game. And he'll leave his team losing, and they will lose. They will be 1-2 in the tournament so far. Of course, definitely a lot to be upset about with the performance by the Jays so far today. Not a lot to to be positive about. So you see where that's coming from. Renee Sinkler and Alexis Cantu will now be the coaches on first and third for the Jays. I think they're waiting to see where head coach Brent Vignes is going. He's got to leave. He is going out towards the batting cages out there down the right field line, actually where Maine is warming up. And now he walks back behind the stadium. Well,
first time I've called a broadcast versus the coach has gotten tossed.
Yeah, me too.
So still working on that call of how to but
that was kind of definitely a subtle throwing out there.
We knew it was going to happen. As soon as anybody starts arguing strikes, balls, and strikes, you know exactly what you're doing. You're trying to get tossed.
Once Vignes started becoming obnoxious, you knew he was going to be gone. It was just a matter of how much time. And I think that the umps gave him a couple more seconds, more than I would have liked to see. But the result is he's gone, and unfortunately, you got to see this trip as a failure to Grand Canyon so far.
Lifted to right center in the gap. Lainey Gomez there quickly, and she grabs that one for number 2.
Dellinger just underneath that ball. It seems like she got good contact. It was a good swing, too.
Catcher, Jordan Sturgeon.
But, of course, like I said, just underneath it. An easy fly out to right.
Brings up Jordan Sturgeon, who has 2 sacrifice bunts on the afternoon, both coming in the 2nd and the 4th inning. Good change up there from Valencia, snap in the other outer part of the plate.
I'm interested to see where the head coach would go after being, you're in Arizona all the way from home, on not too many places to go, I'm sure.
You could go get a late lunch over there in the Union.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, you're right. Certainly a viable option.
Go get a coffee, GCBC.
Maybe connect to some Wi-Fi and watch it on GCU TV.
Maybe play back, see where that strike was. That's what he was talking about. Say you can watch it back and see that your strike zone's all over the place. Maybe he's going to go do that. The 2-1 from Valencia to Sturgeon, lifted. It's going to stay in the ballpark. Megan Stevens calls everybody off, and she's got her second put out of the inning. And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning here on GCU TV. GCU leading 8-2 over Creighton University. GCU now offers a unique opportunity to earn your doctorate through an on-campus evening cohort. Doctorate programs in education and in philosophy are enrolling now. Scholarships are available. The next evening cohort begins this month. For more information, visit gcu.edu/doctoral2017. Megan Stevens is due up here for GCU to lead things off, followed by Haley Freeman and Camry Wortman. The 3 batters due up for GCU here against Michael Hilton, who's back out in the circle. As GCU looks to push some more runs across the plate and see if they can get a little bit longer of a break and run rule Creighton.
Well, this game already going 2 hours. Next game slated for a 2:30 start, but I believe it's mandated that it has to be 30 minutes in between each game. So either way, it looks like we're going to get this Lopes Black Bears game started just a little bit later than scheduled.
off the 6 for the Lopes, the first baseman, Megan Stevens.
Megan Stevens due up here. She's 0 for 1 today with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Creighton not liking that pitch. Michael Hilton smiling that one off. The 1-0. Outside, ball 2. Creighton visibly flustered and upset with the strike zone for Michael Parker. And just rightfully so. He's kind of been all over the place.
Well, yes and no. I think there has been some consistency. I mean, because we did see Bocage starting by working the outside part of the plate, but none of those calls were in her favor. But I guess a little too inconsistent behind the plate.
It's 2-2 now to Megan Stevens after falling behind 2-0 to her, and Hilton will look to deliver the 2-2 pitch over the plate. Fouled back. Still 2-2. Clouds still overhead here at GCU. In Phoenix, Arizona, inside ball 3.
Hey, they really wanted that pitch. And yep, you can tell. I mean, the catcher looking back and asking about that. You can tell if one of these next pitch misses, you're gonna hear it again from these Creighton fans and the players.
3-2, ground ball left side, right at Darrow. The throw over to first base is in time. Out number 1.
Routine ground ball to third, but it was hard hit. So a good job of squaring that ball up, staying in front of it, staying down on it, and getting the 5-3 put out.
Strike 1 to Haley Freeman. Freeman has 3 RBIs today, and she's 1 for 2. A 2 RBI single back in the 3rd, and then an RBI walk in the 4th. Strike 2, good changeup that gets the inner part of the plate. So Hilton started to find her groove here after throwing 2 straight balls to Megan Stevens. Has thrown 5 straight strikes. Ball thrown away there. Good throwaway pitch there from Hilton. The 1-2 jams Haley Freeman, just gets a piece of it.
Cloud cover is back. I mean, the sun was peeping out for a little bit from under the clouds, and it was definitely giving some warmth to the stadium, but back to being a little chilly and the breeze.
It's a welcome change from the sun that was beating down all day yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And I would not complain if it stayed this way through the next game after. The 2-2. Strike 3 called. Haley Freeman will go back to the dugout on strikes.
Second baseman, Camry Wortman.
Wortman did what Freeman just did. Her last at-bat was a strikeout looking. And with 2 outs, 2 runs, of course, needed to end this one a half inning early. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
Ball drops in there for a strike against Camry Wortman. She wanted that one. You could see it. She was really loading up for it and just held her swing up a little bit.
Seems like, yeah, now Michael Parker, well, not quite there, but I was going to say, it seems like now Michael Parker's giving him a couple more calls for the Jays. Don't know if that's the ump or just Hilton hitting their spots.
Pop-up. It's going to get out of the infield and over the top of the press box.
Well, it finally happened. The ball came in our vicinity, but a little too far to the left of us.
We had a foul ball land in the gravel over there next to an administrator's daughter about 3 feet away from her. He was not very happy about it.
Yeah, I can see why. That's definitely a hazard, especially for a 3-year-old. Because to clear that fence, that means the ball's getting up there. And the higher it is, the more it's going to hurt when it comes down.
Outside ball 3. Full count here to Camry Wortman. 1 for 3 today with a single and an RBI. Really could use another hit here to increase her batting average and increase her confidence. She's going to foul that one down the line. It'll get foul. Wortman was named preseason all whack. She's going to flick one down the left field line. The diving attempt by Crowley not there.
I don't know if the wind had anything to do with that one, but initially right off the bat I thought that was going to be extra bases down the line, but tracked towards the left and out of play.
Still full here for Wortman. The payoff pitch from Hilton. Ball 4. Looked like the pitch that rung up Freeman, but Wortman's going to get on first base via a walk.
Creighton fans not happy about that, voicing their displeasure.
There's going to be a pinch hitter here for GCU. It's going to be number 7, Jenna Coates.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Lopes. Number 7, Jenna Coates.
Jenna Coates hitting 200. Just her 10th appearance. First pitch she sees is on the end of third for a strike.
Oh, 1 Hilton just needing to get out of this inning, get to the top of the 7th and end this game.
Ball 1 to Freeman. Excuse me, to Coates. 10 at-bats, 3 strikeouts, 2 hits, and 1 hit by pitch. The 1-1. Sneaks in there on the lower part of the zone for strike number 2, makes it 1-2.
Pitch right down the middle of the plate, but you know, with the with the lack of predictability by this ref, good eye.
1-2's fouled back. That was going to be a ball. Either way, the count stays 1-2.
Seems like we might have a little system pushing ahead of us.
1-2's lifted to center. That's going to stay in the ballpark.
Yeah, I was just about to say the wind picks up, so balls may carry a bit more, but not there.
We head to the 7th inning. GSU just needs 3 outs to end the ball game, and Creighton needs 6 runs to tie, 7 to take the lead here. We head to the 7th. GCU leading 8-2.
What happens if it starts raining?
If you're visiting campus this spring, why not stay at GCU Hotel, featuring comfortable rooms, a resort-style pool, and the Canyon 49 Grill. It's the perfect place to stay when coming to GCU. Rooms start at $79 a night. Book a room today at gcuhotel.com. I swear you said GCU Hotel, didn't you?
Mariah Valencia back out for the 7th year as GCU is looking to cement another win and bounce back from that 4-0 deficit loss to Maine last night, technically afternoon. GCU will get another crack at Maine here 30 minutes prior to this one. But Mariah Valencia looking for the save here. And possibly the win, depending on when she came into the game. A little bit different than baseball, but we'll see what the official scoring is. And it's an 8-2 ball game right now, and all Valencia needs to do is just hit her spots, and then either way, GCU will win, and that's all that matters.
Sure enough, and you know, it's good to see GCU, the 8 runs up there. That's more than they have scored all tournament in the 3 games previous. 2 against Maine and the 1 against Creighton. Of course, 5-2-0. So GCU back into their characteristics of the offensive power.
The 2-0 is going to get the batter there, and Darrow will take first base on a hit by pitch.
Well, you just got to
left fielder,
buckle down and
Crowley.
throw strikes and get out of this inning here. You got another game up, so it's time to focus on Maine.
Taylor Nolan will be in the circle for that one. That's one that Taylor will really need a big dig deep down for. Best pitcher in the staff for GCU, who will go up against so far their only team that's scored more than 1 run when then shutting them out. Baylor shut out GCU and Nolan was in the circle 1-0. The only loss for Nolan's record right now. Bunt by the batter Crowley. She's safe at first base. A bunt single for Crowley here moves Darrow to second base.
Geez, a good fluid play there by Stevens. But I guess the throw didn't beat the runner, and now it'll be first and second with no outs.
Brings up McCoy with runners on first and second. And there's some talk from Coach Cantu to the dugout, and there's going to be a pinch hitter here for the Blue Jays.
Your attention, please.
It's going to be number 10, Michaela Pecker.
Number 10, Michaela Pekar.
Pekar out of Omaha, Nebraska. Has 2 walks, no hits. She scored a run. No stolen bases. First start against Mercer. First pitch she sees is a strike. Made her collegiate debut against Stanford and drew a walk in her only plate appearance.
I'm going to keep this one low and on the ground. Hopefully a fielder's choice, get the lead runner. Of course, a runner 2 across, not the end of the world, but hoping to keep the damage to a minimum.
Double play opportunity here for GCU. Runners on first and second are Darrow and Crowley respectively. Darrow's at second, Crowley's at first. And the leadoff batter Caulfield's on deck.
Well behind that swing, so Can hope that Valencia can keep that velocity and tempo.
Fouled back there by Picard. One-two here from Valencia to Picard. The delivery outside and upstairs for ball number 2. The 2-2. Lifted. It's going to stay in the infield. Infield fly rule in effect. Out number 1. Back to the top of the lineup for Creighton. Tosh Caulfield with Ashley Cantu on deck. Last time Cantu had a plate appearance, she was recorded as an out for batter interference for being out of the batter's box when she contacted the softball.
A couple firsts actually today for me. The illegal pitch, the first time I've broadcasted a game with an illegal pitch, and then the skipper getting tossed was the first time I've done a game when that's happened. So a lot of action and interesting things here happening.
Always keeping us on our toes, always making us work for it. No easy business here in broadcasting.
Looking for more of the same against Maine.
And it makes storylines. The coach getting tossed, batter interference. It's better than a single, double run scored, and then it's ball game.
Oh, absolutely.
Otherwise, you start to lose things to talk about. One thing's for sure is Caulfield's got some speed. We've seen that all weekend long. And she could put her hurt on GCU here if she can put one in a gap or down the line. The 2-1 from Valencia. Outside ball 3.
This inning's just way too long for the Lopes. You got to get out of this inning and get the outs and start prepping for the next game.
The 3-1 pitch from Valencia to Caulfield. Swung on and missed. Full count here for the leadoff batter in Caulfield. Runners on first and second. 1 out. The delivery. Ground ball right side. It's going to be 1 for sure. Megan Stevens electing to tag the runner instead of stepping on the bag. Could have been dangerous if she missed the tag there. We've seen 2 missed tags by GCU so far today, but either way,
I don't know why you wouldn't just go over to first base and put your foot on the bag, especially with the fact that she missed a tag already, and then that play in third with Caulfield and McCoy. Got to be a little bit smarter than that.
Ball's in the dirt, blocked by Gonzalez. Well, 2 outs, 1-0 count here for Ashley Cantu, who ripped one into the right center gap in her last at bat in the 5th. The 1-0, outside ball 2. Pitch from Valencia. That one's going to clip the outer part of the plate for strike number 1. Valencia gets the sign from Gonzalez and will deliver home. The 2-1. She didn't go. It's 3-1. 3-1 delivery from Valencia with runners on second and third, 2 outs, fouled back. The 3-2, 2 outs, fouled back.
Down to the last strike. Valencia just needing to throw a strike here. Can't walk her. Of course you could, but that would just be dragging on a game that GCU should be out of.
The payoff pitch again to Cantu, swung on and fouled back again.
Good job of staying alive. Of course, could just concede and give up, but not going to do that, obviously, swinging away and keeps fouling them off.
Runners on second and third for Creighton. 2 outs in the inning, a full count. The payoff pitch, ground ball right side. This should do it. Taps the bag, and the ball game is over. GCU wins and improves to 19-2, utilizing 4 runs in the third and 2 in the fourth to beat Creighton 8-2. Mariah Valencia and Brianna Aguilar-Bocage combining to only allow 2 runs scoring. Valencia does not allow a run at all, and she will bring her ERA from 2.72 down a little bit after pitching some gems here for
today's first game of the GCU round robin.
The GCU Lopes, and they improved 19-2. They'll have another game against Miami in just about against Maine in just about 30 minutes. I keep doing that. I'm sorry. But GCU will be back here for the entire crew. I'm Fletcher Like alongside Alex Larson. Don't forget to watch that game against Maine here just shortly. You can follow us on GCU on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. We'll be back here in about 30 minutes, everybody. Go Lopes.
We'll see you soon, folks.